The Miraculous Spring. On February 25, 1858, the lady instructed Saint Bernadette to dig in the dry earth of the grotto. What emerged was more than just water. It was the beginning of one of the most scientifically scrutinized phenomena in religious history. The spring, which continues to flow at a rate of 27,000 gallons daily, has puzzled geological experts since its discovery. Geological surveys confirm no natural water source existed there before Bernadette's dig, and the spring's sudden appearance remains unexplained by conventional hydrogeology. Beyond science, modern scientific analysis of the Lourdes water reveals nothing extraordinary in its composition. It contains no special mineral content or unique properties that could explain its alleged healing powers. The International Medical Committee of Lourdes, established in 1947, subjects every claimed miracle to rigorous scientific investigation. Of the thousands of unexplained healings reported, only 70 have been officially recognized by the Catholic Church after passing the Camille's stringent 7-stage verification process. Consider the case of Jean Fredel, whose 1948 healing from severe peritoneal tuberculosis became one of the most thoroughly documented miracles. Multiple physicians, including non-believers, verified both her terminal diagnosis and her instantaneous, complete recovery after drinking Lourdes water. Her case exemplifies the Camille's strict criteria. The original diagnosis must be certain, the prognosis fatal or incurable, the cure sudden and without convalescence, and the healing complete and permanent. Inner healing. While physical cures capture headlines, the countless stories of spiritual transformation at Lourdes speak to a deeper kind of healing. Medical professionals have documented remarkable improvements in patients' psychological well-being, even when physical ailments persist. This phenomenon, sometimes called the Lourdes effect, demonstrates how spiritual experience can trigger measurable changes in mental and emotional health. The 18 apparitions. Thursday, February 11th, 1858. The first meeting. Accompanied by her sister and a friend, Bernadette went to Massabielle on the banks of the Gave to collect firewood. Removing her socks in order to cross the stream, she heard a noise like a gust of wind. She looked up towards the grotto. I saw a lady dressed in white. She wore a white dress and equally white veils, a blue belt, and a yellow rose on each foot. Bernadette made the sign of the cross and said the rosary with the lady. When the prayer ended, the lady suddenly vanished. Sunday, February 14th, 1858. Holy water. Bernadette felt an inner force drawing her to the grotto in spite of the fact that she was forbidden to go there by her parents. At her insistence, her mother allowed her. After the first decade of the rosary, she saw the same lady appearing. She sprinkled holy water at her. The lady smiled and bent her head. When the rosary ended, she disappeared. Thursday, February 18th, 1858. The lady speaks. For the first time, the lady spoke. Bernadette held out a pen and paper asking her to write her name. She replied, "It is not necessary," and she added, "I do not promise to make you happy in this world but in the other. Would you be kind enough to come here for a fortnight?" Friday, February 19th, 1858. The first candle. Bernadette came to the grotto with a lighted blessed candle. This is the origin of carrying candles and lighting them in front of the grotto. Saturday, February 20th, 1858. In silence, the lady taught her a personal prayer. At the end of the vision, Bernadette is overcome with a great sadness. Sunday, 21th February 1858. Aquero. The lady appeared to Bernadette very early in the morning. About 100 people were present. Afterwards, the police commissioner, Jacomet, questioned her. He wanted Bernadette to tell what she saw. Bernadette would only speak of Aquero. Tuesday, 23th February 1858. The secret. Surrounded by 150 persons, Bernadette arrived at the grotto. The apparition reveals to her a secret. only for her alone. Wednesday, February 24th, 1858. Penance. The message of the lady. Penance, penance, penance. Pray to God for sinners. Kiss the ground as an act of penance for sinners. Thursday, February 25th, 1858. The spring. 300 people were present. Bernadette relates. She told me to go, drink of the spring. I only found a little muddy water. At the fourth attempt, I was able to drink. She also made me eat the bitter herbs that were found near the spring, and then the vision left and went away. In front of the crowd that was asking, "Do you think that she is mad doing things like that?" she replied, "It is for sinners." Saturday, February 27th, 1858. Silence. 800 people were present. The apparition was silent. Bernadette drank the water from the spring and carried out her usual acts of penance. Sunday, February 28th, 1858. The ecstasy. Over 1,000 people were present at the ecstasy. Bernadette prayed, kissed the ground, and moved on her knees as a sign of penance. She was then taken to the house of Judge Rebes, who threatened to put her in prison. Monday, March 1st, 1858. The first miracle. Over 1,500 people assembled, and among them, for the first time, a priest. In the night, Catherine Latipi, a woman from Lubbock, 7 kilometers away, went to the grotto. She plunged her dislocated arm into the water of the spring. Her arm and her hand regained their movement. Tuesday, March 2nd, 1858. Message to the priests. The crowd becomes larger and larger. The lady asked her, "Go and tell the priests that people are to come here in procession and to build a chapel here." Bernadette spoke of this to Father Paramel, the parish priest of Lourdes. He wanted to know only one thing, the lady's name. He demanded another test, to see the wild rose bush flower at the grotto in the middle of winter. Wednesday, March 3rd, 1858. A smile. From 7 o'clock in the morning, in the presence of 3,000 people, Bernadette arrived at the grotto, but the vision did not appear. After school, she heard the inner invitation of the lady. She went to the grotto and asked her again for her name. The response was a smile. The parish priest told her again, "If the lady really wishes that a chapel be built, then she must tell us her name and make the rose bush bloom at the grotto." Thursday, March 4th, 1858. 8,000 people at the grotto. The ever greater crowd waited for a miracle at the end of the fortnight. The vision was silent. Father Paramel stuck to his position. For 20 days Bernadette did not go to the grotto. She no longer felt the irresistible invitation. Thursday, March 25th, 1858. The name they waited for. The vision finally revealed her name, but the wild rose bush, on which she stood during the apparitions, did not bloom. Bernadette recounted. She extended her arms towards the ground, then joined them as though in prayer and said, quote, "Que soy era Immaculata Conceptio," end quote, which means I am the Immaculate Conception. The young visionary left and, running all the way, repeated continuously the words that she did not understand. These words troubled the brave parish priest. Bernadette was ignorant of the fact that this theological expression was assigned to the Blessed Virgin. For years earlier, in 1854, Pope Pius IX declared this a truth of the Catholic faith. Wednesday, April 7th, 1858. The miracle of the candle. During this apparition, Bernadette had to keep her candle alight. The flame licked along her hand without burning it. A medical doctor, Dr. Duzis, immediately witnessed this fact. Friday, July 16th, 1858. The final apparition. Bernadette received the mysterious call to the grotto, but her way was blocked and closed off by a barrier. She thus arrived across from the grotto to the other side of the cave. I felt that I was in front of the grotto. At the same distance as before, I saw only the Blessed Virgin, and she was more beautiful than ever.